So my experience of sending patients to a neuropsychologist is that they undergo extensive testing, 5 to 8 hours, that they report as brutal, and usually putting them out for a few days from fatigue. Is this intensity of testing what we should expect from the neuropsychologist?
That's a really good question.
I thought so too.
I'd be interested in what you had to say, Jamie, but I would not recommend that. I think that if you've ever gone through a 5 to 8 hour battery of neuropsychological tests without a concussion, that can be very difficult. And I think in some ways it's kind of overkill. And I would not do that. I know that there's still some neuropsychologists who do these very long, extensive batteries of tests. My personal opinion is I don't think that's all that helpful in dealing with concussion.
Yeah, and I think one of the points that you've always made and that I've kind of adopted into my own practice is that, you know, we're doing this for a purpose, with the idea that we're going to see change over a relatively rapid period of time. So what we're trying to do, like Jeff Barth did in his studies and like what you did with the Steelers and the NHL and what they still do, is we're trying to capture a deficit that we can then follow over time that we expect to quickly improve. And you're not going to need to repeat, you're not going to need to do and then repeat such an extensive battery. We want to kind of sample from the domains that we expect will be effective and do something that then can be repeated if we need to. And then there's a separate, I think, part that you can comment on it. You know, if you think somebody has a concussion, they get better, you think they have ADHD, that's a whole separate neuropsychological evaluation, which would be a longer battery.
Yeah, and the other one more point, that's a good point. And the other one is that there are people who don't recover. You know, hopefully it's not a very large number. And it is completely appropriate, you know, 6 months or 8 months after an injury to do a more extensive test battery. I just wouldn't do it out of the gate. I think you'd stress the the patients, and it may make their symptoms worse, which is not what we're trying to do. So